Our next concept is piecewise functions. Piecewise functions are basically the same as regular functions, except you'll have a defined domain or separate equations. So you're combining like several different equations into one graph. Okay, now for graphing piecewise functions. First you would solve for 1. Even though it's less than 1, you would still have an open circle here. So you would plug 1 in here and you'd get 0. So you have an open circle at 1, 0. You can see that the slope here is -1 because there's a -1 in front of the x. So you can use that to graph the rest of the line. So you just go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1 to find the rest of the line. And of course you stop here because that's where your domain ends. Now to find the other half of the equation, you would plug in points for square root of x minus 1, and you could make a chart for this. Now to graph this part, you would plug in points for x, and then get your output for y. So you plug 1 into this and get 0, plug 2 into this and get 1, you plug 3 into this and get square root of 2, and 4 would yield the square root of 3. So then you just plot these points on the graph. So you have 1, 0, which is here, and since it's greater than or equal to 1, you can make it a closed circle. Then you have 2, 1, square root of 2, square root of 3. So your line looks kind of like this.
Yeah. The closed circle notes that it includes it,
Yes.
and then an open circle notes that you're not including that number. So for the first equation, that's why we put an open circle, because it doesn't include 1.
Yes.
The end.
That's all.